hamster. Hi guys. I like the Bill Cipher gifts. Those are funny. Me planning my future. Oh yeah, I'm here. Hello everybody. And I see we got a handful of people here. Thank you for the charge stickers. I always appreciate those. That's for darn sure. And yeah, I'm gonna give it just like a minute to let people continue to trickle in. And then I'm gonna get started. And as you know, today's Sonic, well, actually no, it was last Friday, was Sonic's birthday. And so I'm gonna kind of wrap things up here with a birthday cake. And yeah, I've got some trivia questions here, just a few, but I don't know if you guys remember this, but I did this. This was my first fireside on Game Jolt a year ago. So a year ago, you know, within a few days, I made my first cake on Game Jolt, and it was my Sonic cake, and I was so nervous that I didn't know what to say or do, and I was all shaky and everything. Real Bill Cipher, nice. So yeah, first I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start. I don't know if you guys remember my cake from last year or if you saw it. Have any of you seen it? Did any of you guys? You're not hearing sound? Oh, okay.
Oh,
1 minute.
Game Jolt has their own sound.
Can you hear me now? Okay. I'm over here chatting it up. I'm like, and then I says to him, so yes, okay. Yeah, we forgot to turn on the microphone. So yeah, user errors. There's definitely a learning curve, and we're still curving our way. So yeah, okay. So Sonic's birthday was last Friday. Gonna wrap it up here with a cake, a nice birthday cake. I've got some decorations that I started, but I'm going to finish, so you're going to have to watch me finish these. I've got some coin or rings. I've got Sonic. I've got a Tails. I've got some other stuff to put together. I've got a little bit of trivia things. And I also have been doing Game Jolt cakes now for a year. So this is like the first cake that I've lapped around and come back to. And so if you guys know, hey Jen, have you called Sonic any of the song? Okay, I missed it. Anyway, so yes, if you guys saw my first fireside, which I was like super proud of and I felt like all big and bad. So if you saw it, then you probably remember that cake. And if you haven't, I'll try to get a picture up at some point so you can see what the old cake looked like. So you can see them. Hello, John Felick, I think it says. Hi, Joseph. Lincoln, thank you for the stickers. Thank you for the charge stickers. A few of those came in, and I said thank you, but you couldn't hear me. So, yeah. Yeah, your toes are tickled by me. The darn thing is I'm not ticklish. So, yeah, it'd kind of be a waste. How am I? I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. Things are going along. We've had a busy summer over here, but boxes are being checked. Things are getting done, so I'm doing okay. So anyway, yes, I've been doing Game Jolt for a year, and a year ago when I did the first Sonic, I was like super nervous and didn't know what to say, and poor Babbling Bendu had to deal with me and help me through all of it. And when it was over, I'm like, oh, okay, the cake is done. Goodbye, click. So yeah, I feel like I've come a long way. I still do get a little nervous before the firesides, though, because I feel like, you know, I want it to go well. I want you guys to enjoy it. So yes, there's still a little bit that appetite of people pleaser. Yeah, you got it. Please like me, right? So I've got some trivia questions. I don't have a lot, but I do have some. And if you want to try to follow along and play along with the trivia, just type in the answer when I ask the question. If you get it right, give yourself 10 points. If you get it wrong, you get no points. The points mean nothing. Yeah, so there you go. Let me think. Is there anything else? No, I think that's it. You might hear my dogs running around in the background and barking. But otherwise, I'm going to get started on my end, I think. So, like I said, I've got my little decorations here, and it is super humid here. I don't know what it's like over where you guys are, but it's warm and humid. So everything is having a hard time setting up and firming up. And we've got the Canada smoke blowing down on us again. So like these things, I made them yesterday and they're still so flexible. So we'll do the best I can. All right, dang, I'm gonna search it up now. 105 degrees, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's too hot. We're at like 85, so it's not that bad. Although I've got the air conditioning cranked in here, because otherwise, yeah, my cake will melt. Summertime and cakes do not go well together. Your AC is broken. Oh, that's awful. Yeah. Oh, wait, you were actually in Canada? I missed that. Yuma. Yeah, you were actually in Canada? Yeah, okay. I thought they had it under control. I thought they were kind of, you know, getting those fires taken care of. But then it's like, nope. Just kidding. The world's still burning. Although the West Coasters. You're unlucky because you live in Jersey. I came from Jersey. I escaped New Jersey. My family didn't. I keep telling them, I'm like, you guys gotta leave. Why are you there? But they're trapped. And you know the darn thing is, it's really hard to leave New Jersey. And I always say that like New Jersey is like the gateway state, like you heard of gateway drugs, because you can cross bridges to get into the state because it's kind of it is a peninsula. And when you cross the bridge to get into the state, it's free. Like, no problem. Come on in. Welcome to New Jersey. You want to leave? You got to pay. So they get you coming and going, Jaybird is here. Nice to see you too. You're a really dangerous place. Rio de January? You're from Switzerland. Okay. Yeah, you got to pay the money to escape New Jersey. And then if you live in New Jersey and you move out of state and you buy a house out of state because you're like selling your house and you're leaving the state, then New Jersey also charges you a tax on the house that you buy. So it's like you can't ever escape. Yes, all right. Yeah, bro's right. Like New Jersey's crazy. And I live there. All right, I'm going to get started on my Sonic now. If you got from Iowa, okay. I really don't know anything about Iowa. Sonic in a nutshell, driving. I'm going to get started on my Sonic now. And I'm going to start. I've kind of explained it before when I make these decorations. I tend to do them in layers. Normally I would like press down into this gum paste in order to make the eyes and everything, but because I was hoping it would set up a little bit so it would be somewhat ready for today, I wasn't able to do it. So we're just gonna cut him up and see what happens. And if you guys do want to hear any trivia questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep chit-chatting and doing my thing over here. And I hope you all appreciate my amazing Sonic shirt too. It's like swag, right? I'm gonna sentence you to Detroit. No. Gonna do Amanda and the Adventure? Probably not. Jaybird's gotta go. Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping by though. You said cake, not a paper. Yes, there will be cake, I promise. I actually have an enormous cake. It's really, really big. But just like all the other things that the creators do when they do their firesides, you gotta sit through the process in order to get the results. So, haha, I'm trapped. Okay. And when I cut these things up, I always like to cut sections out and try to keep them together so that when I go to place the eyes, for example, on here, I can put this piece on and then I'll know right where they go. So, yes, tricks of the trade. That's a lot of stickers. So I start with my glass. I put a little Crisco, a little vegetable shortening. Your phone's about to die. Oh no. And I need my tools. This is in my way. Alrighty. So anyway, so you guys should be mostly done with school because my boys are done now. And they're trying to find summer jobs. You're done. I've been done for a week. Okay. Yeah, my kids have been done for almost 2 weeks now, actually. But I was talking to somebody just the other day, and they were saying that they were just going to be finishing like yesterday. It's like, oof, you guys go late. But where we are, our winters can be a little bit rougher. Not like the Midwest, of course. But because they can be a little rougher, we start a little earlier, and then we stop a little earlier. Because they give us plenty of snow days and time to make them up if we need them. And lately we haven't, so that's been kind of nice to just get done earlier. The Dan Fox. 4 weeks until yours stops? Oh, man. And do you guys like, well, depending on where you are, I guess, I know some places they just have like a summer break that's only for like a week or two. And then they get right back into it. Whereas other places are like, you get the couple months off. So a friend of mine worked as his teacher in a place that would only have off for a couple weeks. And what is your name? Because I don't know. My name is Jennifer. Jen, okay, Tastic Cakes. School ended about 2 weeks ago, yeah. Goodbye, Bill Cipher. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And yeah, Bill, I like Gravity Falls. I haven't watched it in a while, though. It's kind of wearing off. I guess after a decade. When the school's ended, we were all talking. Oh, taking a nice. Oh, yeah, there it is. There it is. There's my first cake that I made for Game Jolt in all of its Sonic-y glory. Now I'm going to put his hand up here. Yeah, that was a cool cake. That was a fun one. I can't believe, like, when I made it, you know, like I said, I was real nervous about it. And so when I did it, I forgot to add his eyebrows, or the eyebrow ridge that goes over his eyes. So I added it afterwards and just took a picture with it like it was always there. But nowadays, when I do these firesides, I actually have a list of steps so that I don't forget one of the things I wanted to do for the cake. It's that learning curve I was talking about earlier. What was the first Sonic game I played? The first one I played was the second Sonic, because it came free with my Sega Genesis when I got it. I want to say it was for Christmas. So that was the first one I ever played. That was the first game I ever beat. And I mentioned this last year, but I didn't realize that you could make Sonic go supersonic when you collected all the emerald stones, that you could like do whatever it was, I forget now. But he would turn golden and he would just become, you know, invincible. So I didn't know that you could do that. So I played the entire game just with all these stones that I never really saw the point of collecting, and unable to do much with them, and just doing the best I could. So I feel like I really earned my victory on that one. Okay. I'm just trying to get some finger marks in here where his knuckles are. And then his sleeve kind of comes down. I could do better than this. I'm sorry if you guys are saying something. I can't really see it right now. Give me just a second. So I have to look down a lot when I do these. Okay. Bill again. Oh, you're back. You guys are funny. You're like, oh, I gotta go. I'll see you later. And then you're like, yep, I'm back. It's like, yeah, you just had to go, like, let the cat out or go to the bathroom or get a drink. But welcome back. It's good to have you. Glad you could be here. It always makes it more fun when people are here and interacting with you. Or me, I guess, in this case. Oh, Thank you for the charged sticker. You're going, I'm hungry. I still listen. Yeah. Spaced out. Sorry, what was I talking about? Yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about. Probably the Sonic game. The first Sonic game I ever played was the Sonic 2 on Sega Genesis, and I beat it without going Super Saiyan Sonic. So I feel like I really earned the victory of it. That's what I was talking about. And, alright. Okay. Getting into more of a fanfic thing over there. Bill Cipher. Alright, I'm going to add... It's just kind of wonky looking. But I think I can rally it. Random chat be like, and then I'll be back. Put a charge sticker. You know what? Yeah, there have been many times that I go to the other creators' firesides. I'm like, oh shoot, I have to go. I gotta go charge up a sticker. Because you don't want to come unprepared. Yeah, okay. I don't know about this hand. I might redo it, but for now I'm going to let it sit and stew and simmer. So I need some ears. I like that Dr. Eggman. Okay, so I do have some, like I said, I do have some trivia questions for you guys. Should you be interested in answering, I'm going to ask them anyway. So, you know, you do you, I'll do me. It's all good. Do you guys know, this will be, like, some of them are easy and they get a little harder. And like I said, if you want to go for it, go for it. But do you guys know what year the first Sonic was released? So like I said, nice and easy to start. Oh, too easy. Sometimes they're too easy. And you still get the 10 points if you get it right. I'll tell you the correct answer in a moment. I should have made that bigger. Which means I'm going to smush it. There we go. Smushed ear. So yes, it was, in fact, 1991. Which is 32 years ago. Yeah, 32. Oh, Sonic is getting up there. Alrighty. Okay, so that was an easy one. And someone said I should speed run my Sonic cake. I can't imagine what a disaster it would be if I tried to do that. Hello there, Nacer Loves NASCAR. That is what people think, but it isn't. Oh, you're talking about Needle Mouse. Yeah, got a cake fast. That's funny. Yeah, I did hear, well, last year when I did the trivia, I did talk about Needle Mouse. I don't know if it's in here or not. Actually, my son created the list of trivia questions for me. Since he was familiar with the old one, he tried to get some different ones. Okay, so in 1991, right, okay. Now, which... Does anybody know Shadow's official nickname? You don't know it? Yeah, they get a little harder. Like I said, they go up and down. It's not dark. Apparently he has an official nickname, which I did not know. And all these little pieces that I'm going to add on, you might see me brush something on here. It's just a little bit of water. Some people will use emo. No. Say it, please. I missed something. I usually use a little bit of water to brush it on and make it stick to each other. Some people will use like alcohol, like vodka, because it evaporates so quickly that it's really good to use. Other people will actually spend the money to get official, cake decorating glue, when all you need is a little water. You don't have to spend the money. Anyway, okay, yes, there you go. I see it. Yuma's got it. What is Shadow's official nickname? was the question. And it was answered. Yes, the ultimate life form. That was it. You got it. You might see I'm a little bit stained already because I was mixing colors earlier. That stained my hands. And it's funny because I scrub and sometimes these colors just hang on. Kind of depends on the colors. Usually the reds and blacks are really good at sticking with you. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna give him his face. And you're playing Rec Room? Yeah, my kids were really into Rec Room a little while ago, but they kind of outgrew it. I don't know why, but they did. This is a problem when I should say. A lot of people don't use any type of like Crisco or anything when they do these things. They just bare-hand it. But because I use Crisco, I get slippery, so I start dropping things and shooting things across the counter. Thank you for the charge sticker. You're a good guy. Why the paper again? Because you love paper. Paper is my template. You can't go wrong if you can cut and trace. Like, even these things that I'm making, like, you guys could do it as long as you can trace. So that's why I use paper. I'm not freestyling it like some of those artists, like those two young women who were drawing last week. I am not that good. Or at least maybe I could be if I weren't on camera. I'd probably be too nervous. I'd mess up. Alrighty. So I'm going to squish his face in there. And there we go. Okay, coming together already. You can already tell who it is, as if you could before. What's the flavor of the cake? It's actually chocolate cake. It is a chocolate cake that I am going to repurpose into another cake. My son's friend, well, my older son and his class graduated from high school, and his one friend is having a party right down the road from me tomorrow. So I said, I can give you a cake if you don't mind it having a little bit of blue icing on it. So she was like, heck yeah. So I'm going to repurpose my Sonic cake after I am done this fireside. And I don't know if I will stream it or not, but we'll see. See how ambitious I am. I am going to take a break though, because these things wear me out. I know. Yeah, and it's pretty good cake, I gotta say, the chocolate cake, but it's going to be a two-tiered cake. The one that I'm making for tomorrow, and the top tier is cannoli cake. And I make my own cannoli filling for it. And it's really good. It's like you just want to sit and eat it with a spoon. So I'm big on cheese anyway. Just don't like the cost. Cannoli filling is stupid expensive to make. Which is why the bottom tier is chocolate. She didn't want to have to pay for all the cheese. Okay. Cannoli, yeah, I like it a lot. It does look like fondant. Yes, actually, I'm impressed. And you guys or someone would know about this. It does look like fondant, but it's not. And, this is fondant that I have. No, this isn't. This is gum paste too. I'm lying to you. This is fondant that I have here. It's lesson time, by the way. I've done this before for you guys, I think. This is what you use to cover the cake, and you can see nice and stretchy, so it goes over the sides, and you can smooth it and whatever you want to do. But if you're trying to sculpt or shape with it, it's just very floppy. It doesn't dry properly. When it dries, you could end up with cracks in it, and it just isn't real good, especially if you have something real thin like flowers, rose petals, for example, the edible rose petals that people will make. You know, you can end up with a very saggy rose. And gum paste is not as stretchy. It's got some stretch to it, no doubt, but you can see it breaks a little quicker. And it's made to hold its shape and not fall over. That's a bad example. Like I said, it is a little humid here today. There we go. Now it's doing its job. So that's why when I make these decorations, I use gum paste. Some people will use modeling chocolate, that kind of stuff. That's fine too. I've used this my whole time I've been doing this, so I'm comfortable with it. But you can always tell a fondant decoration because it's a little saggy and it's usually shiny because it doesn't dry out. It holds this kind of gloss, whereas this will dry out more of a matte finish. So now you can go to the stores and be like, oh, they made those decorations out of fondant. How lame. They don't even know. And people will be like, wow, impressive. All right, you see Pac-Man. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one. Yes, I did put that in the background. This is my cake I made a while ago because I was messing around with something. And it's actually a styrofoam dummy, so it's not real cake. That's why it's still sitting around. And yeah, this was back when Pac-Man's birthday or anniversary came around. I had made it and it was sitting out, so I said, I'm going to put that in the background. So yes, all right. I've got his arm, I've got his belly, I've got his face. Okay, I've got another question for you now. In the game Shadow the Hedgehog, so not Sonic, but Shadow the Hedgehog, what is the main reason why Shadow has to seek the Chaos Emeralds? So if you guys know this one, I will be pretty impressed. It's not for Maria. Don't even know what that means. Maria. Oh, maybe it is for Maria. Maybe my son has the wrong answer. I will tell you my answer in a moment, and then we can compare notes. Because maybe something is different. And this has happened before, where I get swept up in Google garbage. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Of course this is the answer. I gotta get this wet. Forgot his name, booted up real feet reveal. He forgot his past. My question is, why is Eggman the only person in Sonic games? Black Doom. Alright, I'm gonna give you a second while I put his arm on. This is just not looking right. I'm gonna do it this way. So I think this is better. The problem is this outline is a little bit not proper shaped. And I'm working on a paper towel. Okay, that'll work. Okay, that'll work. That'll do it. So yeah, couple people said it. It is because he was trying to. Why is there a Hellraiser cube in my Gravity Falls pictures? I made a Hellraiser cube once for a cake. So yeah, surprise. Yes, I had, I don't know the Maria that you guys were talking about, but I have as the answer to reveal his past and find out why he's alive. Like, why does he exist? So a couple people said that. A couple people said Maria, which I don't know. Your first time here on my fireside, Jeremy? S-Child? Yeah, I also did a Choo Choo Charles decoration. He came out so good. I loved it. Choo Choo Charles does not get the fame and recognition he deserves. So I don't know who the Maria person was you're talking about, but that's what I had as my answer. Whatever happened to it? As in the clown in the sewer? Or Choo Choo Charles, because Choo Choo Charles ate it hard. I was watching a gameplay of it, and they finished the game, and he ended up going off the train, or off the train track bridge. Trestles? Is that what it is? Trestles? Down into the gorge below. That was booby-trapped. And I was like, oh, dang. That is quite the fatality. All right, so can the people who said Maria, yeah, there's my decoration I made. I actually still have them. Some of them I keep because I just like them too much. And I'm like, no, you can't have it. Nobody gets it. It's mine. And it sits in my china hutch. I want to say that one of his wheels broke off, but I'm not sure because I move them around sometimes. Okay, you're back. Nice fish. Yeah, I've got guppies now. I used to have a beta, however you say it. But he got old and died. They don't live for too long, just a few years. And so now I've got guppies. And the guppies are prolific little fish. They have no problem replacing their own population. Cake progression. My phone died? I don't know what that means. No, I can see, yeah, I can still see the stream. I think I'm okay. Yeah, I like these guys. I ended up I've got a bunch of females and a couple of males. And the females are all gray with black tails, so I guess it's some kind of variety of guppy. And I got a couple of males that are really pretty colored. One is white and iridescent, and the other one is orange and looks like he's like a sunset or something. He's really pretty. So I wanted to see what the children would be like. I guess it's a breeding program, if you will. All right, so everyone's spending tails or tail? Oh, I gotta try to make his little fingers like he's clenching his fist again.
How many cakes have you made the whole life?
Oh my gosh, hundreds and hundreds. How many cakes I've made? So many cakes. I make all the cakes. I make so many cakes that I don't even like cake anymore. There will be things that'll come up like the cannoli cake that's different, because when most people want cake, they want chocolate or vanilla because it's a crowd pleaser. It makes sense. But you get tired of it after a while. So every once in a while I get asked to do something different. I'm like, oh yes, finally, something different. But yeah, I've literally made probably around 500 at this point.
No.
No?
You got like 400 videos.
Well, that's what I mean. I've got like 400 videos. So
you got years before that.
Yeah.
And you've been well over 1,000.
You think over 1,000? I was making cakes for quite a while before I decided to try putting videos on the internet of making cakes. So, a lot of cakes. Tails, more cakes. Yeah, but it's fun. I like to do it. At this point, I'm starting to realize that, like any job that you do repetitively, it hurts you after a while. So I feel like I'm starting to get some joint pain in my thumb, this thumb in particular, because I'm always doing this, and I need the dough, so my wrists are starting to get a little sore sometimes if I do it a lot. Yeah, time catches up with you, let me tell you. All right, so I've got his arms, I got his belly. I need to get his shoes in there. His shoes are red, which I don't think I have. I might have to make it. Let me see. I've got my box of colors that I've already mixed down here. Ha ha ha. I've got red. Red. Time is ticking. What if time is man-made? Yeah, I don't get that philosophical of time being a man-made construct. But I don't think it is, because you figure nature kind of takes care of its own time frame regardless of what label we give it of being noon or winter or whatever. And Anyway, okay. Yes, sneaker time, shoe time, yes. All right. And I'll ask you another question. I did those. There is an official website on the internet, of course, where you can find Sonic games, shows, and short movies. And it's the only official website. Does anybody know the name of the website? And in the meantime, someone asks if I've ever made realistic cakes. If you're thinking like, what is that lady? The Surfside Cafe or Cafe Surf, like that kind of thing? No, I have not made anything like that. I have made cakes for people that look like big alcohol bottles. I made one that was, I posted it actually, I think on here, that I made of like a beer being poured into a mug. But that was it. I've never gone hyper realistic, if that's what you're asking. It's Jen's Cakes. Yeah, it is. Spider-Man saves cakes. I've got Spider-Man cakes and Spider-Man decorations. I've got a lot of Spider-Man decorations. Some of them were really cool, and some of them were a lot of fun. Like the fun ones that I always enjoy making are the Lego minifigure cake decorations. They're just fun to make. They are just generally fun to make. They're easy because it's a very basic shape. And then they just look really cool when they're done. Like one of my favorite ones was from the Lego movie. What was his name? The guy with the beard. Morgan Freeman played him. Vitruvius, that was it. I wanted to say Vesuvius. I'm like, no, that's the volcano. So, yeah. And I asked a question. Yes, okay. So the website, in case anybody is curious and wants to go find it, after the fireside, not right now, is Emerald Games. Emerald Games? Yeah, emeraldgames.com. So you can get all your Sonic needs met at emeraldgames.com, which I did not know was a thing. But I'm not really big into Sonic either. Like, it was my first game that I really played, and I loved it. And actually, I'm really sad because many years ago now, I sold my Sega, and I sold the games that I had with it. And that is seller's regret right there, because I would like to play it again. Okay, he's got red shoes. Oh yeah, there they are. You're just showing him everything I've made today. You have a Sega Genesis? Yeah. Yeah, I've got Mario stuck in my head. Do you know how do I know Opera GX? No, I do not. Yeah. Oh, did someone ask about Sans cake? Because yes, I made a Sans cake. A Sans cake with a glowing eye. That was fun to do. That one came out fun. His head was shaped a little wonky, but it was still okay. And that one I actually repurposed into Bendy in the ink machine. And that came out pretty neat, I think. It's cool. Okay. Moving along. Let's see, which you turned into Benny. I've done a Five Nights at Freddy's cake. My Five Nights at Freddy's cake was amazing, not gonna lie. Probably one of the best ones I've done for Game Jolt besides the Sonic cake. It came out really good. I was really happy with it. And the Sans cake I turned into Bendy. So if you look on my page, I don't know if it's in the community, but it's definitely on my page, on my profile page. You'll find it. It's in there. You have to dig because it's a little older at this point. But it is there. Yeah, it's funny. It's like Sometimes I don't realize how much I've done. And how much I've done on Game Jolt, too. Because my husband is the one who will change my banner sometimes, and he changed it recently. I was like, wow, I've got a lot of stuff I've made. It's like the time goes by and you don't even realize it. All right, so another question for you. What is Sonic's greatest fear? So the Sonic the Hedgehog has a concern. What's his greatest fear? This is another one of those easy ones, I guess.
Water.
Yeah, water. And I'll tell you what, playing Sonic, one of my greatest fears was hearing that timer countdown when you're in the water, that dun 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 dun, you know, and it gets more intense. Oh, man. Also not going fast. Did you do a baller cake? No. No, I haven't. That came along like a little bit too after my kids' friends' age group for me to do it. I've done Roblox. I never did a Roblox cake, but I've done Roblox decorations. Like someone wanted their specific Roblox character that they had, that they designed and everything. So I've done that. But I've never done a Roblox cake itself, which seems kind of weird to say. But maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. There's a lot of Roblox cakes out there, and they all look exactly the same. And that's one of the things you find out, like, when you do anything, you know, there gets to be a certain design, a certain style that looks good, and people just want that one. And you're like, I could do something else, and they're like, no, thank you. I like that. Like, ugh, fine. Be boring.
Yeah, that was just decoration, right?
Yeah, it's just a decoration. Yeah, I've never made a full-on cake of it. Where's that ring? Here it is. Nope, that's not big enough. Okay. So yes, Sonic's greatest fear is definitely water. And mine, like I said, was hearing that drowning sound. Was the avatar in Roblox? Show you the difference? Yeah, send me a picture if you want. Yeah. Would you do a will you snail cake? I don't know. Like, if you guys have suggestions for cakes, if you go to the Caketastic Cake community, there is a section in there for cake suggestions, so please put it in there, because I actually look at them, and there's no saying if I'm going to do it or not, but at least I will be able to see it again. And when you guys give suggestions on here, it's great because it helps me realize what's going on. But once the chat is done, then it's over, and I can't find the comments or the chat anymore, so I lose anything that you suggest. So please, by all means, go over there and put it in the community so I can see it and it won't get lost. And then other people, you know, if they see it and they like the idea, they'll thumbs it up, and it'll give me an idea of what's popular as well. Because there are a lot of cakes and things that people ask for, but the communities are so small, the desire is just not there, that for me to make a cake, you know, these things cost me money and time here. If I can't recap it, if I can't sell it or, you know, make something out of it, then it's not going to be worth it to me to do, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I'm not independently wealthy that I can just make cakes like this whenever I want. That would be a lot of fun, though. All right, I need black. Got a lot of black. Okay, hi there, Freddie. Why can't I show you my avatar? Zoomer, if you can't send it in here, it might have the photos turned off. But if you send it as a shout, or you can send it to me on the community, on the Caketastic Cakes community, send it to me there, and then I'll be able to say it. So There are ways around it that don't have to be right here. Then you can show it off to other people too. So it's like a win-win. All right, so this is more the old school Sonic. I don't know if you guys remember when I did my first cake. I actually had a survey going beforehand if you guys wanted his eyes to be black or to be green. Because of course the OG Sonic has black eyes and the newer one has the green eyes. Green, yeah. Make them pink. I'm not gonna make them pink. Green, yeah, see? It was split. It turned into, do you remember the results?
It was like,
I want to say it was like 50-50 or 51-49. Like it was.
YouTube broke the channel.
I don't know.
It was real close.
Yeah, and they ended up being green. So bright orange. Green, yeah.
They were so close.
But it was funny because I thought for sure, since Game Jolt is mostly, younger people, that it would just be green. 100% green, just do green. Like, why are we even talking about this? But it was actually really, really close. It surprised me. All right, give him his little button nose. I love his nose, how it comes out like that. Ta-da. And I do have green. I made green, so he's gonna get green eyes this time. Do. Yeah, I don't know why I have the Mario song stuck in my head today. I can't give him Pride Month eyes. His eyes are so small. Make his eyes rainbow. That would be funny. All right, I'm gonna give him green. We're going more modern, like someone said. This is the more modern design. And then I remember being, I don't remember how old I was. I was younger. Certainly wasn't a little kid when the cartoon came on. And the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog was the same guy who played Steve Urkel on Family Matters. I think it was called Family Matters. And I remember being blown away that he didn't talk like that just all the time. Aw, he looks good. Okay. All right, in the meantime. That was his name, yes. I just lost it. Jaleel. Yeah, Jaleel White, yes. Yep. That was it. He did a really good job with it. This is where it gets tedious because it's like, come on, just get in the right spot so you don't look crazy. Okay. All right. Who created Shadow in the game, or the lore, if you will? Who created Shadow? Shadow the Hedgehog. This one shouldn't... Oh, thank you for the charged sticker. I don't think Bam the Fox did. Too bad, though, because then you'd be rich, right? You'd own part of Sega, or at least Sonic. Who created him? You guys should know this. This is easy. Spam Knuckles. God, Spam Knuckles. See how many Knuckles streak he can get going.
23.
23? Okay, it's a little baby streak. Cut an inch.
What did this streak get up to? 161?
Something like that. 161 or 166 was the highest sticker streak we ever had. I think it still holds the record on Game Jolt. Babbling Bendu would know. But I forget. It was something like that. Oh, he's saying, no, don't do that. That's terrible. And now he's happy. He made a good decision. I guess. He needs his eyebrow ridge thing.
We made it up to 41.
Oh, okay. 41.
Still going.
Yeah, that was fun. Because the first sticker streak was like 87 or 81 or something like that.
Oh, the Five Nights at Freddy one.
Yeah, the Five Nights at Freddy's, and we're calling it the sticker streak of 87. And then, I forget. Yeah, the other one got, it was like 161 or 160. It was something like that. It was high.
I think it was the Halloween one, wasn't it?
Maybe? I don't remember.
That's 50.
Oh, do you know the way? I'm surprised that's still around. Yeah, that Halloween cake was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Oh, so no.
It always happens. It always happens.
It was like 53 or
53? That's pretty good. That's really good. Yeah, that usually happens. Where's my picture? Where are his eyebrows? Don't want to give him like crazy eyebrows unless I should be. All right. I'm gonna just kind of taper them in like so. All right, cute. Not too shabby. Coming together. What's everybody's favorite Sonic character? I like Tails. I always thought he was cute and he was fun. I didn't know why he had two tails though. If it was like a birth defect or something, but or maybe he's supposed to be a kitsune. I don't know, but I always liked Tails. He was my favorite. And you know why I liked him too? I'm actually lying. I did have a better, well, more selfish reason, I guess you could say, is because when you'd play, I have a twin sister. And so when she and I would play Sonic 2 on our Sega Genesis, because we were all that when we were kids, you could do 2-player. And if you were Tails, you were just a little bit shorter than the Sonic character, and some of the attacks would just fly right over your head, so if your reflexes weren't good enough and you couldn't duck in time or crouch or whatever, then you wouldn't get hit. So yeah, that was also why I really liked Tails. He had a little bit more of a defense to him. I don't know why you're bored, Zoomer. Maybe you should be like super excited about Sonic Cake. Just like jump up and down and shout about it. Be like, hooray, hooray for Sonic. Get the blood pumping. All right, I am going to just kind of go over him a little bit with my food coloring marker. So this thing is edible and it won't poison anybody, which is always a good thing. And it adds some extra details that otherwise I'm not going to be able to really get when it's this small. Where's his belly? So I can do his legs. Okay, there we go. Sonic, done. Check, check. How's he look? Okay, you found Tails in real life, nice. All right, now moving on to my buddy Tails. He is going to be way less detailed. Well, I'm not doing his whole body, is really what I mean. Because I'm going to put him on top of the cake. So he's going to be sitting up like that, whereas Sonic is going onto the side of the cake. So yes, less of tails to do, although I do have his tails also. I'm going to see if this works, because I'm going to try to attach some lollipop sticks to the back of them. Because if you know, then you know that I don't use toothpicks or wires when I make my cakes, because I don't make cakes that kids can get hurt on. If somebody little, you know, has to go, oh, you have to go. Goodbye, guys. So if somebody has, a little guy wants to come and take a bite of something, they're not going to get hurt on a toothpick or a wire. They will get either dried spaghetti or a lollipop stick. All right. Yeah, and this is, like I said, this is part of the tediousness of the decorations. Takes a while to get there, but we will get there. All right. Now, in the meantime, what can make Sonic gain more power? There are 2 types of emeralds. Which ones help him gain more power? Oh, yeah, I'm going for the emeralds. Yes, rings kind of give him that buffer and get you the 1-up eventually. So yes, 2 emeralds. 2 emeralds. What emeralds are they? I saw some of the answers. And this, I'm just cutting off his face. Cutting off his poor little face. Just like before. I'm going to have to roll this out thicker. Or longer. You forget. Not hyper. This is not... Okay, there we go. Plot armor. Yeah, right? That I think is for the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. Plot device and plot armor and plot holes even sometimes. Suspension of disbelief. I'm gonna make his furry little cheeks a little more spiky because that's how he is. This was somebody's picture they drew and I liked it. But because you'd be surprised how hard it is to find a picture of Tails looking straight forward. He's always off to the side, off to the side. I guess because he's the side character. Okay, I'll reshape it a little so it's a bit stretched. So yeah, the 2 emeralds that I was talking about are the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds. So I saw people doing who wrote the answer. And Dark Sonic, I know I'm slow at this. I can't speed run a cake. You would end up with a huge, terrible mess if I tried to speed run this. I would totally die in the game, I know. That's funny. You never heard of Super Emeralds? Well, I'll be honest, I haven't either until, I looked up the questions, and my son looked up the questions. So a lot of these things I end up learning as I look this stuff up. All I knew is that there were 7. There are 7, right? There are 7 of them, and they're different colors. And when I played the game, I didn't know why I was collecting them. Didn't have the internet back then to teach me. I'm just going to chop and hash my way across this one. So that when I put it on, it's already all raggedy. And I'm just going to kind of fold it over, fold it down, and then trim off the extra that I don't need. So, Eggman cake. Yeah, there's a few things that would just be fun to make. And they're not like the most popular character of the game. So, again, try to go with the crowd pleasers rather than the individual personal pick. But yeah, Eggman would be fun to make. He's so round, it would be easy. Maybe next year. So last year I just did Sonic. This year I'm doing Sonic with Tails. So next year would make sense, right? That is not... There we go. Okay. One tail done. This stuff needs to dry up a lot quicker. All right, let's see. I got more. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, there are 3 characters who are in Team Chaotix. Do you guys know the 3 characters who are in the Team Chaotix? Like, how do you guys know this stuff? I never even knew there was a Team Chaotix. Oh, dang. Yeah, okay. I'll give it another moment because it seems like you guys... Maybe this was another one of those 2 easy ones. All right, and in the meantime, can someone tell me what Team Chaotix actually is? Because I don't know. I've never heard of them. Them or it or their purpose. I'm assuming they're with the Robotniks? Like the bad guys? No? Oh. Oh, they're Knuckles' friends. Oh, no, I'm thinking Shadow. Okay. I was going to say, wasn't he part of Team Robotniks? But maybe not. Not with Eggman. They're Wait, they're detectives? Is this, like, true or is this just nonsense? The second... Knuckles... Oh, it was a game. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of lost track of all the Sonic games that came out after the one that I beat. Until he showed up again in Smash Bros, really. Okay. 1995, okay. They helped him defeat Metal Sonic. Oh, okay. Huh. See that? You learn something every day. Okay, but yeah, obviously you guys know the answer. So it was Vector, Espio, and Charmy. They were the ones that made up Team Chaotix. And if anybody could, like, are there any pictures of these guys? Oh, he was the crocodile or the alligator crocodile from something else. Okay. Huh. Yeah, no idea. I lived in a bubble apparently. That is pretty cool. All right, he's got tails now. Let's get back to his face. I'm gonna cut out his eyes. I like this face too because I liked him winking. I thought it was kind of a fun look. I'm missing something good. Knuckles, another question. Okay. Sonic Heroes when I learned about the 95 game. Okay. Yeah, 95. I was starting college? Graduating high school? One or the other. I forget. Alright. Looks like his nose needs to come up a little. Okay, so another question. Alright. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to wait? Are the orange parts made of the same material as the white parts? Because the orange parts more... Look, yes. Yes, that is correct. This is all gum paste that I'm using right now. I don't think I'm... Yeah. Babbling Bendu posted a picture too. What question number is this? The one I just asked about Team Chaotix was number 8. Is it all edible? Yes, it is. The orange is the same stuff as the white, but this is gum paste, and this I made yesterday, the orange pieces, so they had a lot of time to set and dry and harden. And the white is still soft and fresh. It would take, this is pretty thin, so maybe like hour or two on a normal day. It's pretty hot and humid here today, so it's going to take a little longer. I do.
What would it taste like?
Oh, what does it taste like? It tastes like stale marshmallows.
It's delicious.
It doesn't have a flavor like vanilla or chocolate. It's just sweet. And I always describe it as stale marshmallows because when you bite into it, you know, like a marshmallow doesn't have a flavor. It's not like vanilla-y, but it's got a lot of the same ingredients as marshmallows. And I actually have a recipe for fondant that is made out of marshmallows, which is delicious because all you do is mix marshmallows with more sugar. But yeah, it'll harden and it's sweet. Most adults don't care for it in my experience, and most kids love it. Fondant is pretty much across the board. Nobody likes it. It just looks pretty. It looks a lot cleaner to use. And it does taste different. Fondant does taste different than gum paste.
They taste the same.
They do not taste the same. They taste different. You're just bitter that you can't taste the difference.
They taste very similar.
They do taste similar, yes. I will agree to that. There is a difference, though. When you've developed your sugar palate the way that I have, you can taste the difference. I don't know if you guys even see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'll get to another question. I just want to get his eye in place here. A little bit of blue got in there. I guess that's all right since his eyes are blue. Okay. Almost. There we go. All right. I'm satisfied with that. Okay. In the game Sonic Heroes, this is a true or false. In the game Sonic Heroes, Shadow, Rouge, and Omega were in Team Rose. This is too easy. Oh, yeah, you guys are good. That's funny. Some of these are just so easy for you. I'm like, oh, they'll never know this one. You're like, false. Yeah, it's false. They were Team Dark. That was too easy. So yes, another 10 points if you got that one. Is anybody actually keeping score? I saw so little about the game. I still know. Better luck next time. No, yeah. Because it doesn't matter. All right. What's the color of the inside of Tails' ears? Someone show me a picture of Tails real quick. White? White. Okay. White it is. Yeah, definitely white. Thank you. Yep. Gamer Boy 141. It's the wrong tail, but that works. Have you done a classic Sonic cake, or do I plan to do one? No, I have not, and no, I do not. The only other one I've done, I just stabbed myself with my X-Acto knife. I think I did. The only other one I've done is the one for Game Jolt.
No, you did this one.
What? Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, but even that one's not the classic one. I liked that one. That one was fun. That was a small one.
That's the one that brought you to Game Jolt.
That one?
Yeah.
Is that the one they saw? And
This
they were
one
like,
I saw on YouTube, and they said, "Hey, come to
they
Game
were like,
Jolt."
we must have Cake-tastic cakes on Game Jolt. What have we been doing with our gaming website to not have cakes on it? And thus, the legend was born. How do you not know if you stabbed yourself? Because I do it not a lot. I did. Gave myself a little cut right there. Oh, it was bad. One time I had my X-Acto knife, and I always have like sharp blades on it right here, like this. And I was like, wiping, and I was like, bam, and I was like, oh no, and it was like blood. So that was fun. Because they don't, people don't like it when you bleed on their cakes or their decorations. So, yeah. Little life tip out there for you if any of you are thinking of getting into the cake industry. Don't bleed on their stuff. Yeah, I totally forgot about that other cake though. But yeah, no, not a. I have no interest in doing a classic Sonic, I don't think. I mean, what would classic Sonic even be? More digital? Pixely looking? Which honestly could be kind of fun and cute, but man, I get tired of squares for Minecraft cakes. Can't imagine doing like a full-on pixelated cake. If I took the time, it would probably look amazing. Blood cakes. It's the secret ingredient. Some people sprinkle it with love. I sprinkle it with O positive.
Yeah, that's not the cake. Where the cake is.
Where the cake is?
Yeah.
The actual cake?
Yeah.
In my imagination.
Well,
It's in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
That's where I always stick the cakes. If you ever like, hey, there's no cake, it's in the refrigerator. If it's not behind me, it's in the refrigerator. Especially on a day like today. It's gotta be in the refrigerator. And I'm actually kind of concerned because days like today, when you have cakes and you take them in and out of the refrigerator, they sweat. They get condensation on them. And the condensation can make colors bleed and run and just not look as nice as it otherwise should. But you do what you can, right? All right, so blood, sweat, and tears. All I have to do is cry, and it will be a completely deliciously fluid-filled cake. It'll be a biohazard cake. Yuck. Just the idea. And it's funny too because I always tie my hair back when I do cakes. Like, of course you do, you know. And you're not required to wear hairnets like in a restaurant or something like that. That's not actually required for cakes, which I don't get, but all right. And but you are expected to have your hair tied back. And there are these some people who, you know, who make the cake videos and they're just like these lovely women with like the flowing hair and it's all like curled and styled and looks great. And I'm like, what? Because like all you can imagine is being like, delicious cake. Have a nice string of hair coming out of it. Anyway, yes. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I need some blue for his eyes, his nose. What do I do with his mouth? It's right here. And his hair. I'll give him his hair first.
Your favorite FNAF character?
My favorite FNAF character is definitely the Crab Rave Dance. And if it's not that, then I just like Vanny. I think she's a fun character. She's the only one who wasn't murdered to become this way. She's of her own making, if you will. Well, she was influenced, but I like Vanny. But if you're going old school, like the real original characters, I probably like Foxy. Just because he was a lot of fun to make as a cake decoration. He was a lot of fun to make. Because he was all piratey and scraggly. And that was before the Withered and Nightmare characters came into play. And the rest were just kind of creepy and dingy looking, but he was really beat up. So I liked him. A lot of the things that I choose to like or dislike are based on how fun they were to make. And it's funny too, because some of the old ones, the original ones I made, are just so bad. It's like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking back then? And I posted not too long ago, there was a quest, I think it was, of your Minecraft art. And so I posted a picture of one of the very first, might have been the very first Minecraft cakes I'd ever made. And oh my gosh, it was like embarrassing for me to post because it's just so bad. And I remember at the time thinking like this was like the epitome of Minecraft cakes. Like it doesn't get better than this. Like everybody just, you know, go home and go to bed because there will never be anything better than this. And now I look at him like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Somebody actually wanted that.
There's your fanny.
Oh yeah, there's my Vanny I made. I like Vanny. She's a tragic character of her own making. There's a little independence in that, I think. Squisha, squisha, squisha. Alright, he's got his hair. He's got his face. He needs a nose. Oh, right, questions. Okay, so here's another question. What will happen if Shadow were to take the rings off of his wrists? Sonic. And somebody asked what happened to Vanny's eyes. I actually made her during a fireside. I live streamed the creation of Vanny. And I asked what color her eyes were, and I was told they were red because I originally had them as yellow. So you can thank all your fellow Game Jolt participants for what happened to her eyes. Which I thought, I liked it though. I still think she came out really good. She's sitting in my China hutch with Choo Choo Charles. My China hutch doesn't have a lot of china in it. More gum paste. No, I didn't watch that. The Ruin DLC? No. You gotta go. Alright, goodbye. Thanks for stopping by though. I appreciate it. I have watched some of Has Been Hotel. I watched a little bit of whatever the other one was called. I forget now. Hell of a Boss. Oh my goodness. She's so bored. I don't know if you can hear my dog groaning. Yeah. Oh, removed. That means you wrote something you shouldn't. Vanny with a gun be like, pew pew. Yeah, I gotta say, I really like some of the newer characters of Five Nights at Freddy's, but my favorite thing to do right now anyway is the Poppy Playtime stuff. Like, I thoroughly enjoy the Poppy Playtime characters, making them. I had a really cool mommy long legs cake. I made a Huggy Wuggy and a Kissy Missy decoration and cake that came out really cool. And you know you got something good going on when other people copy you. And I saw some bakery had taken my design for my Poppy Playtime and Kissy Missy cake, and they made one very similar, pretty much the same darn thing. I think mine was better, of course, but that's when you know you've made it, when other people are stealing your design.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I've had a few of my designs taken by other people. I had made that, what was it? Monsters Inc. It was Monsters Inc. It was Sully sitting on a furry cushion that was all the colors of, what was his name? Mike Wazowski was sitting on a Sully cushion. That was it. Mike Wazowski. I can't believe I forgot that. I just said his name completely every time. Okay, so yeah, what happens when he takes his rings off? All his power gets released. And yeah, it's payback time. So, I missed it. Really sucks when other people steal your designs. You know, it's one of those things. It's actually gone to court because when you create art, if you guys were to paint a picture or draw something, oh, there he goes. You can say that's mine, I created it, nobody steal it, and the law says that's your original idea, it belongs to you. When you make a cake, fair game. I don't know why. it's like people have sued other people for stealing their cake designs, and they are like, no, it's a cake. You can't own the rights to the design of it. So I don't know. It's, for some reason it's different. I still consider it to be art and an original expression in most cases, but the courts say no. Which honestly, I don't know how you could ever have a birthday cake again if something is off limits because it says happy birthday and it sparkles on it or something. Oh yeah, there's my Mike Wazowski cake sitting on the Sully cushion. That turned up elsewhere. I was like, hey. So yeah, I mean, on one hand, it's my design. I came up with it. Get your own. Don't steal it. On the other hand, you know that it was liked so much that someone out there was like, I want you to do this. I want this, you know? So they really liked it. So it kind of depends on how you look at it. Nah, I'm not blowing people up. It's okay. Like I said, I prefer to take the flattery approach. The imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Because really, otherwise, a lot of the stuff I've made, you know, I look at other people's cakes. What did you do? I see what I like, I see what I don't like, and I'll make something out of it. Like even this right now that I'm making is partly my idea and partly pieces of other people's ideas that have come, that I saw. So, yeah, and in the cake world, I guess because you go through so many cakes, you can't own it. It would be really hard to own. She is extra barky today. Mush. Mushy. Oh, she is.
I'm not calling it, she's calling it.
She gets the grumblies, I call it. She holds a toy in her mouth and then she's like, rawr, 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 because she wants you to play with her. Okay, the fish in the background, yeah.
No, this is the brown dog.
Yeah, this is Janichi. Mush, here, come here. Ready? Up. Good girl. Here she is. No, not for you. All right, go. Good girl.
Come on, girl. Great, go out.
Yeah. I think she just wants to play. She definitely wants to play. I can't play with you right now.
All right, come here.
Yeah, she's trying really hard. They have enough of sitting in place during these firesides that she wants to move. All right, so he's almost done. Just gonna give him a little more detail. Give him his little winky eye. Assuming I can pick it up. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna use my brown just to kind of go over his head a little bit. Oh, I realized I did this all wrong. Alright, these are coming off. I didn't follow the curve of his ears at all, the way I should have. That's a good thing too about these decorations, like you do it wrong, just rip it off. Start over. Frustrating because you think you're done until you draw a line and you realize what's there should be down here. Oh, that's orange. It's white. Janichi, oh girl. Oh, here comes the other one. Can't have Frick without Frack. Tails is a fox, yes.
Alright, come on. Come on. Give it, please.
Yeah, one of the things I saw when I was looking at some of the questions was like, is Tails a boy or a girl? So let me see what you say. Is Tails a boy or a girl? Pizza tastes a cake. I'm curious to see what you guys say. Because I always kind of thought it was obvious, but maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, Tails is a boy. And he's supposed to be 10 years old. And I don't know, how old is Sonic supposed to be? Does anybody know that one? Give him a name. Oh, he's adorable. All right. I want to think about that one.
Since this is 15.
15? Yes, I don't know Sonic's age. I did read that Tails is supposed to be 10. That he's just very young, so people sometimes say he's a boy or a girl or whatever, but he is supposed to be a boy, according to the game developers. And that he's just a youngin'. Just a little spring chicken. So Sonic is 15, hanging out with a 10-year-old.
Yeah, it's his little brother.
Yeah, right. That would make sense. And his mom made him. Like, if you're gonna go find Chaos Emeralds, take your brother with you. And he's like, oh man, but my friends are gonna be there. I don't think they have parents, do they? I think they just kind of are. Yeah, that looks better already. Okay, that looks better. Okay, there we go. I'm going to let these sit for a little bit before I try sticking lollipop sticks onto the back of them, because I don't know if it's going to break them or not. I need to clean up my mess a bit here. And then I'm moving on. Knocking over drinks. Okay. All right. In the meantime, does anybody know Sonic's middle name? Where are the cameras? I have one right here. Right here. Where is it? I'll find it. Right, there it is. There it is. And I have one straight in front of me. So I've got one to my right and one straight in front of me. I've got two, so you get the action shots and you get the social media shots. The one for the gram and one for the tube. Okay. And someone else said, oh yeah, does anybody know Sonic's secret middle name? Because he has a middle name. I didn't know he had a middle name either. I learned stuff just like you guys do. No. Oh, I see one guess. He's Sonic. No, it's not the. Is he like Smokey the Bear, where it's like everybody says Smokey the Bear, but it's actually Smokey Bear is his last name, and no the. So he's like Sonic Hedgehog. That would be interesting, but no. It's no Sonky, no. All right, what am I doing next? This is why I have a list. All right, I've got leaves next. So I'm gonna make some leaves. Once we get through all this drudgery of, creating the decorations, putting it together will be a blast. It'll look really good when it all comes together. So his middle name is, somebody got it actually. Somebody said it already. Ah, Toasted Bread is here. Yep, there you go. Yep, Maurice. I don't know why his middle name is Maurice. I don't know his last name for that matter. Sonic Maurice Smith, the Hedgehog. I don't know. I don't even know. Does anybody know his last name? It's just Hedgehog, the Hedgehog. Maybe it's the Hedgehog hyphenated. Maybe it's something like that. But yeah, Maurice. So a few of you got it. A few of you knew it was Maurice. And this one, I remember asking at my first Sonic Fireside, but does anybody know, which of course the answer is yes, but tell me, have you heard of a pizza cake? Sorry, Toasted Bread, if I missed it. When the chat goes, you know, I can only see what I see. But no, I haven't heard of a pizza cake, unless it's like cake that looks like pizza, like a realistic cake or something. But no, I haven't. And yeah, so what is not Maurice, what is Tails' full name? Because Tails is his nickname. I'm sure you guys know this one. I'm very sure you guys know this one. Man, that smoke is rough. So we've had bad air again for a few days. Not like the first time when I posted pictures of what it looked like outside. But I guess I'm just not used to it. I'm constantly like, does anybody know his name? Yes. Tails' full name.
Yeah, they're getting it.
It's not Mighty. He's a Mighty Morphin Power Fox. See, this is why my wrist hurts, because I do this a lot. You already played it, Miles. Miles, Tails, Prower. Yeah, so yes, you guys know it. I figured you would. It is Miles Prower. And you guys know where the Prower came from, right? When I realized. Yeah. Miles per hour, exactly. Yep, you guys get it. Yes, they're a whimsical lot over there at the original Japanese Sonic headquarters. Yeah, I had no idea on that one either until I learned it last year. That was one of the ones I still remembered. So my son was asking me questions. I'm like, I remember, but I can't remember the answer. Like, I remember learning it. All right.
What are the leaves for?
Oh, the leaves are going to be on the cake. I made a pizza cake once, 3 pizzas with baked ziti in between them. That's a pizza cake? Wow. All right. Holy moly. All right, we can talk.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
Oh, it makes my heart hurt looking at it, but man, it looks worth it.
Pizza lasagna in between?
Yeah, it's like a pizza lasagna. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hello, Hecker. We had a challenge to make the most fattening food possible. Wow. Wow. So we should really have firesides of making pizza cakes. Okay, Toasted Bread, thank you for your persistence because, yeah, you just like
I'm in on that.
opened my eyes to a whole new world I didn't even know existed. Where the heck is my color? Here it is. Because, dang, that looks good. That looks like you'd eat one bite and your heart would just die happy. You would die happy. So Babbling Bendu, did you make one? We won and they stopped doing the yearly challenge. Oh my gosh. What did you put in between? Did you put ziti in between or whatever you want? Is there like a recipe? Or you just put whatever you want? Oh wait, you ordered pizzas from Pizza Hut and put ziti in between. Wow. So I'm assuming it was stuffed crust, right? Because if it wasn't, yeah. If it wasn't, then you know what to do if you ever have that challenge again. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. Like, we're gonna have to look into this further.
Oh, you can do it for Joey's Eagle.
Yeah. I'll bet you did. I would think you'd have like 3 bites and you'd be full. Full to barfing. Oh man, that looked crazy. And to make ziti, if you make a proper one with the meat and sausage and stuff in it, man, that would be good. What the dog doing? The dog is sleeping. She laid down in her bed. She got bored. She gave up. I think she realized I wasn't going to play with her. I honestly thought they'd be underfoot, because usually they like to be lurking around like sharks when I make cake stuff in case something falls. Beluga. Okay, I'm going to make a few more leaves. And then I'm going to paint my rings gold. And then I'm going to get the cake out. There is actually cake in this cake fireside today. I know you're like, what? I thought it was just gum paste. But no, there's more. No matter where I go, I see their face. This is soft, soft, soft. I don't like it. Everything is so sticky. All right, in the meantime, okay. This one somebody already said, but what was Sonic's original name gonna be? I have actually 2 listed, but does anybody know, which the answer is yes. So go ahead and tell me what Sonic the Hedgehog's original name was gonna be. The hecker. Yes, your original name. There you go. The original name of Sonic. Is not original name? Yeah. I can't even say that. I can't pronounce it. Discord's so bad. Does anybody have any idea? Good enough of those. And I wonder if it was actually going to be his name. Is that what it was? I was thinking Babbling Bendu's answer. And someone was saying Needle Mouse earlier. So I had Needle Mouse or even Mr. Hedgehog as the answer. But I wonder if Needle Mouse was like, you know how like sometimes the Japanese name doesn't translate over properly into English, so it's like Happy Fun Time Mouse when it should just be like Merry Mouse or something. So I wonder if it's like something like that, like Needle Mouse was just Hedgehog. I don't know. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna do a few more of these, and then I think I've had enough of this. I think I will have enough of this. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to move this out of the way too. Okay, I think that'll do it. I think. We'll see. We will see. Now I've got my little coins. Like these were gum paste that set up and hardened because they're so small and airy that they are perfect. I'm just going to paint them gold. Really close this. With my gold shimmer. And it's kind of interesting, but a lot of these shimmers that you see are illegal in California. So, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a chemical in them or if they get into the water supply. Like, I have no idea. Hello there. Revealed originally in the Archie comics. Oh, okay. Yeah, I tend to go more with the game lore than the comics, but yeah, he's got a ton of stuff out there. Comics and movies and games and all kinds of stuff. This is when I turn my whole hand gold. Now, got another question for you. Yeah, Jin friends, hello there. How are you? I have another question for you. What was the name of the island Sonic was born on? Some of these are kind of taking deep dives. Sasha, hello. It wasn't Mobius Island, or at least not that I've found. Then again, you never know. Does anybody know the name of the island Sonic was born on? Because it actually is like kind of interesting. Because you're going to find out anyway. Now, guys, let's not get fighting on the chat. There's no need. It's just a cake. It's supposed to make people happy. And when you're sad, you eat it, and then you feel happier for a moment. But anyway, I'm going to say you guys must not know. Yeah, I saw your comments. Yes, not necessary. You guys don't have to fight. It's fine. Fight elsewhere. But anyway, back to me, because this is all about me. I mean, Sonic. Yeah, Christmas Island was the name of the island that he was born. Oh, you know what? Someone said Morbius. It might have been that also. Like, it might have had, like, 2 names, in which case I apologize. But I had Christmas Island as the island he was born on. And how did Sonic get his powers? Does anybody know that one? Oh my gosh, there must be a deer in the yard or something. Could you let her out, please? All right, to answer my own question, because I'm not really reading it. Yeah, see, I didn't know about this one either, because I think somebody's just said that it might have been in the comics, that his powers came from nuclear tests that were being conducted on Christmas Island, and that's why all the animals are kind of weird and different. They're not like normal animals. Was because of nuclear testing. And yeah, that might have been the comics. All right, I am almost done with this, and then I'm going to get the cake out. Gold fingers. All right. Let me wash my hands, move the stuff, get the cake out, keep it going. Nope, need soap. Alrighty. Yeah, sometimes you get people who just stir up trouble a little bit. It happens. But now the cake comes out. As soon as I move that plate. Ugh. Oh, this is heavy. Oofa. Here we go. I said it was a big cake. It's a big cake. It's got crumbs all over it. All right. Now that I have the cake, very hard and cold from being in the fridge. I'm going to ice it, and then we're going to stick the decorations on, and then it will be a finished Sonic cake. So, yes, keeping it moving, right? And this is the chocolate cake that I'd mentioned earlier. And I had made the cake yesterday. Yeah, I made it yesterday. And sometimes, like, it just doesn't come out right. I made a whole batch of chocolate cake, and it just sunk, and it was dense, and it was weird, and it's actually outside in the yard right now because it just wasn't right. Yeah, this is like basically a cake decorating hack, is that any cake you want to work with like this, if you're a cake decorator, you stick it in the fridge. Now, let's see, I'll back it up a little bit so you can see it better. And when you put it in the fridge, the icing sets. This is crusting buttercream, and it forms an actual crust. It like dries out a little on the outside, so I don't know if you can hear it tapping, but it's nice and firm, and I could pick it up, and it sticks to the cake plate. And I think you probably have seen those cakes that are like completely covered in sprinkles, that the rainbow colored jimmies or sprinkles, depending on where you came from. Jersey jimmies, if you're from South Jersey. But yeah, they would pick this cake up and lay it on its side and then roll it like through a tray of sprinkles to make them all stick to the side. So yes, cold cakes are safe cakes. Now I could put this in the car and drive with it, and it would be fine. Anyway, which is also why you wash your hands a lot when you're doing cakes, because you can't do this with dirty hands. Now I've got some light blue icing here, which you probably can't see behind the cake right here. Lots of icing, because what is a cake without its icing? And I'm just gonna smear a layer on. Now, because my cake is very cold, this is gonna set pretty quickly. So it might have some air bubbles in it, but we're not gonna let that stop us. And this is just more of the same kind of cake of icing, just more of the buttercream, American buttercream. I think I prefer it. It's very sweet, which is not so appetizing sometimes, but the alternative are the meringue-based icings, which are very buttery. So you use very little sugar, but a lot of butter. And honestly, I'd rather have a sweet cake than a buttery cake. That's just my opinion on the thing. Okay, in the meantime, okay, that is the island he was born. Okay, this is the bonus history my son found out. That Sonic's island of Christmas Island was inspired by an actual island in the Pacific Ocean. I'm going to say it wrong, but Kiritimati, which is sometimes called Christmas Island. And during the Cold War, the United Kingdom performed nuclear tests on and around that island, which then gave them the idea to use that as his home and that as the source of his newfound powers of speed and everything else, and why the animals are all weird and stuff. So yeah, little bonus facts for you. And I love my turntable. Like I said, lots of air bubbles. You can see all the air bubbles in it. And lots of icing. This is a big cake. So I am not looking at the chat. So if you guys have any questions, I apologize if I'm missing them. But I gotta look at this for a moment. A bunch of the firesides. The other cakes I've done, I've just covered them with fondant, so it looks all smooth and pretty. And the cake would already look like this, and I'd just be like, plop the cover on top. It's perfect. Now you get to see a little more behind the scenes. And this white layer that you see underneath, this hard white layer, it's called the crumb coating. And it's the coating, the layer of icing that you put on first to let everything kind of set. Because when it sets, when you put that icing on and you let it set, so it's a thin layer, in theory, all the crumbs that are coming off the cake now get trapped in this layer, and because it's cold and it's set, it's locked in. And now when I add this one, I can, you know, make the pretty layer of icing. Usually you do it the same color, so that when you cut the cake, you don't have layers of different colors. But she knew what she was getting when she signed up for this cake. I was just happy she was willing to go for it. It's like, yay, now I can do the fireside and not waste a cake. Always good, because I don't like wasting the cakes. All right. Where's my thingy? Here's my thingy. Makes it a little smoother. There are some people who can do this and oh, they make it smooth as glass. It's amazing. I think I use too much fondant or work with fondant too often, because I am not good at making smooth icing. Oh, mush. That's enough. And some crumbs in it. The idea is you just keep adding layers and layers and keep scraping and scraping, and eventually it comes clean. But I am impatient. A lot of stuff. And this is one of them. And sometimes people will warm this tool up with some warm water, so it actually will melt a little bit of the top layer of icing off, just to make it even smoother, which is a really handy thing to do, actually. I am just not getting in there enough. Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, the cake is cold, so this icing on the top has had a little chance to set. It's a little bit crusty already. That's okay, because we're going to decorate it anyway. Ooh, that's too small. Too much about the edge, because that's what I have some of those leaves for. Planning on covering it up a little bit. All right, that'll do. That will work good enough. Good enough. A lot of icing. Okay. So I guess this is another question based on the comic book lore, but does anybody know how Sonic's father died? Does anybody know how his dad died? Because this doesn't seem like game lore to me. This seems comic lore. I need a paper towel. I don't have any help. I could use this. Yeah, it's comic lore. Yeah. Because I was thinking he didn't have one either. But then the fact that he died and there was a cause, I was like, okay, we're taking a deep dive here. This is just cleaning up some of the extra icing that gets smeared around the edge of the cake plate, because you don't want it to dry and be ugly. Nobody wants ugly icing on their cake plate. All right, now, so I heard that his dad was killed in the nuclear testing that happened on the island. So, not funny, but kind of extreme that, you know, his dad died and he got superpowers out of it to avenge the nuclear testers, I guess. All right, I'm going to call this the front of my cake. So I'm going to take just a little, this one's a little smoother. Yeah, I'll go here. So I'm going to take a little bit of icing and just put a dot right there on my cake board. And that way it's marked and I will always know where the front is going to be. I know where to work from. And it wipes off when I'm done. So I'm going to begin by giving him his land, the quintessential Sonic ground that we all know and love. I've got a whole lot of these squares that I already made because cutting out squares sucks. Gotta switch hands each time I take. All right, I'm guessing wrong. And I want to see how tall my Sonic is because I don't know if I need 2 rows or just 1. Try to keep it on screen a little bit here so you can see what the hey I'm doing. And that's what I got so far. Alrighty, like so. Cameraman says hello, hello. Okay, got way too many of these tiles. What? There we go. I want to see how tall he is. Yeah, okay. We only need 1 layer. Good. Makes it easy. Okay, got. I don't know if you guys will know this question or not, but do you have any idea who his personality was based off of? The personality of Sonic the Hedgehog based on Naoto Oshima. There was a person who he based it off of, and I don't know if you guys will be able to guess this or not, or if you know it. I was very caught off guard when I saw the answer, or heard the answer. But does anyone want to take a guess at who Sonic's personality, being all kind of cocky and let's do it, and yeah. Nope. Yeah, that would make sense, right? But I'm pretty sure Boyfriend came out a lot after Sonic the Hedgehog. Almost done with these tiles. No idea. Yeah. Oh, snap! All right, well, apparently GamerBoy141 knows. Yeah, according to Oshima, he based his personality off of then President Bill Clinton. He liked the idea of him and being all energetic, and I don't know. I don't remember his personality well enough except playing the saxophone on Arsenio Hall. Yeah, it was a president. Yes, it was President Bill Clinton. For all you pups who have heard the name in the past. Yep, that's who it was. That's funny. I think Gamer Boy should get extra points for that. Okay, now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get some of this grass stuff on here. Yeah, this is so soft. And this is supposed to be setting already. So where's my front? Here it is. It is helpful. I'm gonna cut these in half so that I get more out of them. Get more distance covered. Gamer Boy will level up to Gamer Boy, yeah, right? Thank you for the charged sticker, I appreciate it. Level 142. Alrighty. Do. I'm doing it again, the Mario song. Don't know why it's stuck in my head. Yeah, so this is very different from the last one I did, from the last Sonic cake I did a year ago. But that's okay. So you wouldn't want to see the same one again. You gotta come up with something new. Yeah, that should do it. That should do it. Now I'm gonna stick my Sonic right on up in there. Yeah, he's still very soft. This is disappointing. I was hoping. I'm just concerned for Tails' sake. Because right now, not too bad. Can you guys see it okay? Not too bad. He looks good. I'm happy with him. All right. Get that out of the way. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get the sticks onto the back of Tails and then let it sit for a little bit and then go back to that. So these will be no problem. Did you know that Sonic actually holds a world record for his video game? A hamburger cake? I have not done that either.
You've done hamburger cake?
Oh, no, not, I think, not if it's like a pizza cake. I've done a cake that looks like a big hamburger, which was kind of lame in my opinion, but, you know, whatever. I lost my gum paste. Oh, here it is right in front of me. Yeah, there's a world record held by Sonic. And Sonic's world record is, he is the fastest, no, he's the fastest video game character. I didn't know that was a category you could even win at, but apparently it is. So yes, he holds the world record as the fastest video game character. Now what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of holding this where I'm going to want to have to support it more, I think. Just kind of going up and down it a little bit. I'm going to take some of this gum paste. I'm going to do a little thinner because it's so soft. I'm going to lay it on here. Put more water on top. Water for everyone who wasn't born in the Philadelphia area.
Oh no, did it again.
And press it in. Uh-oh. Yeah, right? You'd think our batteries would be charged. You'd be wrong. So now when I stick it in, it'll be able to support it. But that's got to sit. So, next one. It's funny. We used to watch the Goldbergs. And they're, of course, in the Philadelphia suburb area. And they said something about water. And I didn't even realize that they were saying it funny or making fun of it until one of the other characters in the show was like, water, what's water? I'm like, oh, they mean water. I'm like, oh, my dialect. You know, I think it's like from the German, because the Pennsylvania Dutch, so it has a different pronunciation on certain sounds and certain vowels. Because I also do every once in a while, I'll come out with a nice New Jersey or Philadelphia sounding O sound, and I say it in my nose like coat and home, and yeah, that was pretty much the cake. Yes, the burger cake. Yeah, I did make one of those. I expected you to have like show me a big pile of cheeseburgers all stacked up somehow that I was going to be jealous of also.
There's yours.
Oh yeah, there's mine. Mine was a double decker. That's a terrible picture. I can't really see it that well. Miles Prower. I feel like he's going to give me a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to do this differently. Cheeseburger. Yeah, low quality burger. Yep.
That's a bad picture.
It is a bad picture. It was low quality back then. We've upped our game. Oh, Jinichi. Leave the world alone. Now, as far as Sonic goes, I mentioned my first time playing Sonic in the game that I played. What is your favorite version of the Sonic games? Like, what Sonic game do you guys like best? Because I ended up trying back when the Wii came out. We got the Sonic for the Wii, and it was meh. You know, it was alright. It was nothing special, and never really played it much. Sonic Heroes and Sonic Frontiers. I've heard a lot of good stuff about Sonic Frontiers. I've never tried it, but I have heard a lot about it. Good stuff about it. And that is why my counter is all scratched up. Okay, back to the cake. Getting back to that. Ugh. This thing is so heavy. Oh my gosh. Alright, there we go. Okay. Even though you never played Heroes. Speed games. Yeah. Yeah, the second Sonic game was the one that I had. It was the one that I got free with my Sega Genesis. So that, if you want to talk Sonic games, that's the one I know. That's the songs I know. That's the trauma I know. Yeah, I'm going to take these. Oh, look how soft that icing is still. I figured it would be all firm by now. But it's not. You know, in theory, because this is gum paste, if I let these leaves dry and kind of curl out, they would stick out a little bit, which would be neat looking. But it is what it is, right? What? I need a light color on the side. Okay, gotta make a border on the other side. Okay, do you guys know, I'm getting back to a question now. Do you guys know the inspiration for the coloring of Sonic the Hedgehog's shoes? They were a very deliberate color chosen for a specific reason. That looks tasty, thanks. Actually it is, yeah, we ate almost all the chocolate all the scraps that were left. Got a little bit. Here. This is what's left right now. Can you guys even see it? Ugh. There you go. Oh, there you go. You can see it now. This is all that's left of the chocolate cake scraps. because every cake I make, I cut the top off where it domes, and you end up with that big pile of deliciousness left over that you have to eat, because you know it's got to taste good. You got to make sure it tastes good. Oh, Warly Farleys, hello there. All right, so got a little outline going here. Gonna get some more leaves. Did I have another? Got small ones. Use those two. And then I got my coins. Gonna get my tails all up in here. I do like the different worlds in the Sonic games, though. Oh, that's no good. That one was no good. Did not care for that one. Might have to turn it over. There. I realized I had put a fingerprint in that one. So that's why I didn't want it to show. Go one more. Lift him up and squish it in. There we go. Now he's framed. Oh, they're dreaming away over there. Gonna save some of these. See if I can get Mr. Tails going in here. Which I can. Oh wow, it's real firm. Okay, well, you can't see. All right, there. You can see a little bit. You can see this way. We might have to go this way now. Okay. I got his tails. That is crazy. Like the cake is so firm in the center. It's been in the refrigerator all night though, so I guess I'm not too surprised. Okay, so how does that look with his tails coming out? I gotta face it toward me a little bit.
Just pull it. Yeah.
Like that. There we go. Yes, there we go. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. And not have to just be like, okay, whatever. Okay. Got some more leaves. Stick them around a little bit. Look how soft the icing is right there. Can't tell me it's not humid today, because I won't listen. Okay. You know what? I'm going to cheat and steal one from here so that I have a little more symmetry going up top. Because symmetry is your friend when you're doing this kind of stuff. And now for my rings. Because where would he be without his rings? You can tell my spacing's a little off. Let's go this way too. Okay. That way, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna stick them into the icing. And they're standing. Woohoo! I've got one more ring. I made an odd number of rings. Sure, right in the center. Right in the front. Oh, I can put it right there. That one's out. Ring is in. There we go, guys. There we go. So yeah, I like this. That's it. Let's see. Can you see it okay? Can you guys see it okay? There's a nice close-up. Come a little closer here. There we go. Sonic the Hedgehog cake. Featuring Tails. Go big for you too. And this way. Yes. So there it is. Give it a spin. Whoosh. Never look at the back. That's what I always say. You take that little spot off because we don't need that anymore. And yeah, so here you go. You can't have a slice of this. This is going to be refurbished, but in the meantime, super cute. I'm very happy with this. I like this a lot. I like tails on top because he's just so cute. So, oof. Are you happy? Yes, I'm happy with it. Okay, what do I do with the cakes after I make them? Do I eat them or sell them? This cake in particular, I sold it to a friend of ours whose son is having a graduation party tomorrow. It's cowboy themed, so all this is coming down. So I will take the decorations off. I'm going to leave the icing on, but then I'm going to turn this into a tree stump, actually. And there's a second tier that goes on top with like a cowboy boot and ropes and stuff. So yeah, that cake. You remembered that cake? A birthday cake, I guess? Or the cowboy cake? But aw, you like me. You get extra suck-up points. You can have 10 extra suck-up points for that. And why didn't I make a chili dog upside down? You know what? That would have been very appropriate. Remind me if we do this again next year, I can make a chili dog with it. That would be pretty funny. But yeah, so any other questions? Anythings you got for me? Otherwise, this is it. Yeah, happy birthday, Sonic, and thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Where will you take the cake? Actually, right up the road. They're in our next neighborhood over. Glad it worked as an cake's one of your favorite characters. The cowboy hats instead. Do a cameraman cake. I don't know what that is. What state? As in state that I'm in? I'm in Pennsylvania. I live in the Poconos. So it's pretty rural out here. How has my day been going? It's been going fine. I'm thirsty. I want to sit down. And then I have to take this apart, which will make me sad because I like how it came out. But anyway, losing cereal and just give the cowboy hats instead. I could just give him this. I'd be like, you know what? I'll just put the second tier on it, put Sonic on top or Tails on top. Yeah, I really like how this came out. It's very cute. It's very fun. Yeah, exactly. The internet is forever. Don't forget that, children. Okay, if there's no other questions, then I'm gonna wrap this up. And if would anybody care about seeing me tear this apart? Because I could stream it, I guess. Like, I'm not sure if you'd actually want to see it all come apart. Yes. Maybe I'll do it. I don't know, stream it. It's not going to be very exciting, I can tell you that. It won't be that exciting because it's just cowboy stuff. It's not as fun. But anyway, all right, so thank you very much for joining me, guys. I appreciate it. Happy birthday to Sonic, 32 years. Still looking like a 15-year-old and a 10-year-old. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for the charge stickers. If you're not a follower, please consider following. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There you go. I had to throw that in there. All right. Okay, well, that's it. So I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.